Hi, I am a Bollywood lover, a Bollywood watcher, and a Bollywood reactor. So far, I've reacted to 13 Bollywood films. And now, after watching Malang, I have now seen all those movies that I have reacted to. So, I decided to make short movie reviews for all those films. Remember, these are just opinions, so feel free to agree or disagree. SHILMA MIRCHI is not that good of a movie. It really is not. And actually, in one of my song reactions, I said it looks dated, which it is. It was in post-production for about 5 years. One of my favorites, Rajkumar Rao, is in this movie, and it's nothing really to talk about. It's decent. Rakulpreet Singh is overacting, and her character is quite annoying. If it wasn't for her character and the way this movie goes, this movie would have just been time passed. But it got really annoying as this movie continued to progress. Hema Malini is in this movie, but she is too much of a talent and a legend to be in this movie. CHHAPAAK. For me, opinion-wise, it's the best movie so far this year that I've seen in terms of what I've reacted to and what I haven't reacted to. Deepika Padukone is amazing in this film. Also like Vikram Masi. I really like both of them together. I thought they had a good chemistry when they were friends and even when it turned romantic. I've seen movies with acid attacks, but usually they're the subplots, or it's usually not the main character that is a victim of an acid attack. I was invested in the story, I was invested in the characters, and I like that it's shown a light on a real life issue. TANHAJI. I went to the theaters to see TANHAJI, and I also made a separate movie review about TANHAJI if you want to check it out. Overall, I like the direction, I like the cinematography, I like the action, I love the musical score, I love the songs. I thought the acting was good. My biggest problem with TANHAJI was the story. I thought it was a bit confusing. I felt like there wasn't enough historical context or explanation as to what is happening or why this is happening for me to really be invested with the characters or to really care about the story in its entirety. PANGA. I like PANGA. PANGA to me was a good slice of life film. We cared about this family. We cared about Kangana's character. We liked everyone. I liked the acting of Kangana, her husband, and her son. I don't think it was too important for her to have to follow this goal of becoming a kabaddi player again. But still, it's what she wanted and her family supported her. And even so, they had struggles along the way, but they still worked through it. My biggest problem with PANGA is the sport aspect. And two things, one minor and one major to me. The first minor thing, it's the way Kangana played kabaddi, her stance, the way she kind of walked across the line trying to tap people. Forgive me, I'm using the wrong terminology. Everybody else was more confident, sure, grounded in what they did. Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi. Like that. Kangana is like this. She's like wavering. She looks unsure. She looks unconfident. I don't know if that's her technique or that's the way Kangana was playing kabaddi. So that's one thing that kind of bothered me, and I wanted more information. The other issue I had with this movie, we're waiting for her to play kabaddi. And if you watch this movie, we're finally at the matches, okay? We're finally at the games. We're waiting for Kangana to play. We're like her husband and her son in the audience, waiting for Kangana, and Kangana is sitting on a bench. Now, fine, for storytelling, sure, that's great. We want to know what will happen. We want to know when she's going to play, which we already know she's going to play. Am I wrong? Kangana says to her son, do you want me to play or do you want India to win? And I'm like, Kangana, we didn't come for India. I got nothing against India. I didn't come with a team. I came with Kangana. Kangana, we came to watch you play. That's the main purpose of this. And so even though at the end she did play and we know what happens, I left unsatisfied and unfulfilled with that ending. I felt like I didn't get what I needed. I didn't get what I wanted. I didn't have that sense of fulfillment such as watching Dango or watching Mary Kom. I know those are individual sports, so they're probably not the best example. But do you understand that feeling that was missing? Yeah. So that was my biggest problem with PANGA. But overall, I like the movie. Street Dancer 3D. If I wasn't honest with myself, not with you, with myself, I would have been disappointed. And it's not that good. That's what I told y'all. First of all, it's filled with songs. And I already told y'all, I don't really think this soundtrack is that good. I don't really love any of the songs. There's a storyline. Don't really care for the storyline. I don't think the storyline is even effective. Watching the movie feels like you're watching a reality competition show. And really, the story is the judges' commentary and the commercials. What came first, the story or the songs? I don't know if the songs are to move the story forward or the story is to move the songs forward. You can't tell. So it's a lot of song and dance. And you danced out before the end of the movie. Can I just say my favorite dance piece is actually when Varun's injured brother dances and he can't move his legs, so he's mostly dancing with his upper body. That had the most emotion. I like his dance. I like the choreography that he came up with. I thought it was cool. And yeah, it was great seeing SHILMA dance. It was great seeing Nora dance. But I already told y'all in my reaction, it feels very Disney. And it is very Disney. The dialogue isn't very good. The acting isn't very good. Before watching the trailer, I was excited. This movie had a lot of stuff going for it, and I felt like it didn't live up to the best movie that it could have been for the type of movie that it was. Sorry. JAWAANI JAANEMAN. Actually, this movie surprised me. I thought this would be an okay film. I thought it would be more of a time pass film. It would be nice. But actually, I thought this movie was great. It's one of my favorites so far this year. I thought that the movie had heart. It really did have its sentimental moments. It actually had funny moments, legitimate funny moments. I thought Safe was great in it. I like the debut of, I don't know her name. Let's look that up. Alaya, Furniture Vala. Okay, somewhere in her past, one of her great-great-great-great-grandfathers probably sold furniture. Furniture Vala. I like the debut of Alaya Furniture Vala. And Taboo, that's a lie. She is not starring in this movie. She is a special appearance, at most. An extended special appearance. But Taboo was great in the movie. I really enjoyed her scenes. I like the story. I even thought that Safe and Alaya had a good chemistry together in the movie. And there's also a romantic aspect in the movie. And I even like the chemistry between them. Even though it didn't really turn into a romantic affair, I thought that was good as well. I like the relationships in this movie, even the relationship between Safe and his brother in this movie. There's only one little nitpick I have, which has to do with something with the storyline near the end, but I wasn't bothered by it. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a great watch. Oh, Malang. Malang, Malang, Malang. Himalayan highway. Da, 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 da. Malang is definitely an interesting, entertaining watch. Overall, the question really is it critically good? That's the harder question to me. I thought the Aditya Roy Kapoor was good. Kumar Kamu was the best person in this movie. I don't care what you say. I been knew that person was talented. I don't really understand why he never really blew up to be like a main star. He could play the hero. He could do like a Yushman Khurrana roles. He could do like the serious and the funny. He can do the action. I don't understand why y'all were hating against Kumar Kamu and gave him supporting cast member roles. That's okay. Anil Kapoor was great. The biggest problem with the acting was Disha Patani. She was not that good to me. I'm sorry. The best thing about her were her looks. And that's sad when you have to say the best thing about her were her looks. She looked gorgeous. She looked amazing. But when it came to the acting, she lacked emotion. And also, parts when she wasn't talking, it looked like she was thinking about her next line, or she's thinking about what she should emote. She's thinking about her expression. She's like, I think I should look sad right now. Is this sad? The direction and the cinematography looks amazing. Goa looked really good. The action was so cool. The way it was shot, shock value was there. The best action has this kind of tete-a-tete. You do this person does this. You do this person does this. For me, it looks like a lot of set-a-tete. There's a whole bunch of people, right, in front of Aditya, but the person just does this, and they stay there, and now it's Aditya's turn to do all this bunch of stuff, and the next person does this, and then Aditya does this whole bunch of stuff, and the next person does this, and the next, and it's a whole bunch of stuff. So it's not really this. It's just this, 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 this. It looks cool, but it doesn't have that feeling of, oh my gosh, I hope nothing happens to him. That feeling is missing. Because he's just beating everybody up. Ooh, spoiler. Let me put spoiler in front of Malang because I realized I talked way too much about Malang. I had problems with the storyline as well, even though I was shocked by the two spoilers. I really was. I thought the first one was better than the second one. We could have done without that second one. It made no sense. Even at the end, it was like, we can't hold him. We don't have any evidence. We don't have... Y'all saw him. Anil saw him. we can at least put him in the jail. He did 3 murders in one night. He didn't leave any evidence. Nobody saw Disha. Come on, they're not magicians. Y'all made it like too unbelievable. Also, the romance. They look nice together, but they were high all the time. They were living life from one high to the next. The way they set up that romance was to be a temporary sort of romance. So I never saw any longevity with them. And I know this is a movie. You're supposed to believe in that fantasy. You're supposed to go along with that romance. They're not going to be together. They don't really even know each other. They had really one emotional conversation. And then she's pregnant. Y'all added a baby? And I felt like for two people who were trying to learn from their mistakes or not repeat the mistakes of their parents, they were doing that. You thought that your parents never lived, and now you're here, you have a child. Even Aditya, his parents were separated, that's all we know, but that's enough for him to want to separate himself from his parents. And now he forms a relationship with someone, which is not even really a tight bond. This is a string relationship. It can break at any point. And then she ends up pregnant, and then he's with this guy, his friend. And suddenly he wants to be with her and the child? No, it's not going to last. He's going to end up repeating the same mistakes of his parents because they're going to end up separated. I like that in this movie, nobody is just black or white. Everybody has colors. There's some sort of development. But even so, I don't really care for anybody in this movie. The person who has the most redeeming qualities is Kunal Khemu. The police officers he was killing, I can't tell them apart. They had one dialogue. I don't know if all 3 of them were visiting a prostitute. I don't know if the man who was married was cheating on his wife. I don't know anything about them. These killings were definitely acts of passion. He was truly affected by what these people did. No, get me wrong, they really did do something wrong. If you wanted to expose them, expose them. If you wanted to put them in jail, if you wanted to get them charged with crimes they did not do or did commit, shoot, I would be there with them. You understand what I'm saying? But killing them outright, doing something wrong for the wrong they did to you, I don't know. I'm not there with you. I'm not. Just because someone gives you something different does not mean it's good. I really want to say, like, this movie is actually bad. But it's overall kind of entertaining and it's unique. All right, moving on. I spent way too long on Malang. Oh, and I really like the music. I really thought the music worked for the setting. As I said in my song reactions, I thought the music was good. All right. Ooh. Love Us Call. Ugh. We got to talk about that one. This movie is bad. It's bad. Ooh. And it gets worse as you continue to watch it. Kartik Aryan, he's not bad, but he leaves no impression upon me. Playing 2 characters, and I do not care about either characters. Sarah Ali Khan is overacting throughout this entire movie, and that bothered me so much because y'all know I said in my reaction, I thought she was good. She has it. And she does have it. I don't know why the director or somebody couldn't just tell her, turn it down 2 or 3 notches. Then it would have been perfect. Just turn it down. Sarah, you're doing too much. Kartik Aryan has 2 romances in this movie, but the most chemistry comes from Randeep Hooda and Sarah Ali Khan. They have the most chemistry. I left that movie thinking they need to do a movie together. I just need Sarah to turn it down. That would be good. And y'all know, in my movie reaction, you know I said the person I am mostly looking forward to is Randeep Hooda. And he was the best thing about this movie. You know it. You know it. He was the best thing about the movie. There's no denying it. But the storyline was a mess. I don't even think the dialogue was that good for this movie. I hate to admit this. Maybe the last 15 minutes, I was barely reading. It was really just trying to hold on, kind of finish, trying to make it to the end of this movie. I was reading, and then Sarah would say something. I'd be like, I'm tuning out. I'm clocking out. I'm done with you. Her character really made this movie unbearable. Did not even like her by the end of this movie, and yet Kartik Aryan's character nor him really had no likable qualities to begin with. Bhoot, The Haunted Ship Part 1. Vicky Kaushal, we already know this, is amazing. This man was giving me dramatic acting, not like I'm in a horror movie acting. Sometimes there can be a difference, sometimes. The acting was on point. Vicky Kaushal said, regardless of genre, I'm here to give you my best. And Vicky Kaushal, I thought, gave me his best. To me, overall, I like the storyline. Overall, I thought it was scary, but really, you can take that with a grain of salt. Because every time the scary music started, I did mute it. Every time Vicky Kaushal was alone at night, I muted it. And overall, I watched that movie on about less than 1/4 of my computer screen. Do you understand what I'm saying? I barely saw this movie. I barely heard this movie. But I thought Vicky Kaushal was great. Suamanga Zada SAAVDHAN. It looks great. I like the colors. I like the feeling and the essence of the movie. It's like Mirror Brother Kiduhan. That kind of feel. I like Mirror Brother Kiduhan. Okay, I had fun with that movie. Alright, but Mirror Brother Kiduhan also had better music. I thought the music in this movie, except for Kasiho, which was really too short, is not that great. I don't think the music is that good in this movie. The storyline is fine. Though I kind of wish instead of them trying to run away from people and so they went to the wedding, we just start off with, hey, we're going to go to this wedding and you're just my friend because I want you to meet my family, but I'm not ready to tell them. And then it progressed the way it progressed. Do you understand what I'm saying? If it started off that way, it would be better. We didn't need Boomy showing up. We didn't need whatever storyline they tried to create. We didn't need them at the mall with whatever jobs they had. I don't even know what that was. We could have gotten rid of all that stuff. I thought the movie was quirky and zany. They wanted the movie to be grounded and also they wanted the movie to be light. But then it also felt like the movie wasn't grounded enough and it also felt like the movie wasn't light enough. Kind of joking about these serious things such as suicide, such as killing your son and rebirthing him. We're joking about, you know, like beating a Ayushmann Khurrana. I'm not laughing. There can be humor in dark situations. And there's some movies who do that well. Ayushmann Khurrana, you know I love him. I love him. And he's a fantastic actor. I felt though he was playing a character. He wasn't playing a real person. I remember for my trailer reaction, I got comments, oh, this other guy, he's great. He's in this series. I had never seen him before. And honestly, watching this movie, he didn't really leave an impression on me. As I said in my reactions, I thought his character was bland. And I still feel that his character is bland. His parents had more personality. He didn't really have any personality other than being a nice, sweet guy. I thought the two guys had good chemistry, but it seems like the movie is overall about homosexuality than about these two individuals. Now, I understand if he had brought a girl home, maybe we wouldn't have this whole hoopla about who is she, Sometimes you might, if she was maybe a different religion, or she was a different caste, or she was from a different economic status. We didn't really learn anything about Ayushmann Khurrana. What makes him special? Why do you like him? We didn't even really get a lot of cute scenes of them together. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I was trying to think of another movie, and forgive my example because it's totally wrong. But the Vale de Honya Le Jange, okay? Now, Shah Rukh Khan is fighting for the love of Kajol, right? But he wins everybody over. Everybody likes him. At the end, even her father had to let her go. And even that scene when he's getting beaten and stuff like that, it's totally dramatic. Yes, it's totally over the top. Yes, it's probably not the right example. But my point is, we got to know who the character was and we cared about him and we cared about them. There's so many scenes in that movie that are so cute of them together. In this movie, I think they could have had, like I said, them going to the wedding, his father liking him, saying, oh, that's a good guy, that's a great guy. And then we find out, yeah, I want him to be the guy for me. But the thing is, we got to know this person. And then we can also talk about the bigger issue. Baaghi 3. As I said in my trailer reaction, this is funnier than half the comedies I saw last year. This movie is hysterical, and the sad thing is it's not meant to be as funny as it is. I'm laughing at parts I'm not supposed to be laughing. The opening scene of Baaghi 3 is funnier than the entirety of Pagapanti. There's a scene in which Tiger and Shraddha are crying together, and I have tears in my eyes from laughter. Tiger Shroff, the acting, he's trying. He's trying. My biggest problem when it came to the acting was Shraddha Kapoor. The acting was bad. Shraddha Kapoor is better than this. Your acting still has to be good, regardless of if it's like a popcorn flick or a more serious, critically acclaimed movie. I should have left this movie saying, oh, Shraddha was amazing. Shraddha was good in this terrible movie, and I can't even say that. I also have problems with the storyline. The comedy is flat. The romance is flat. My favorite scene, though, was the scene in which Shraddha and Tiger were meeting each other thinking that they were the sibling that they were trying to get married. And so they was like, oh my gosh, but I really like this guy, but he's marrying my sister. Oh my gosh, I really like this girl, but she's supposed to be engaged to my brother. Y'all know I really like the soundtrack. I think the music's good. I don't care what you say. To me, this is a fun soundtrack and it works for the movie. The movie looks great. The action is over the top. The action overall is good. As I said with Tiger, the action is too clean. It needs to be a bit more gritty. It needs to be a bit more raw. For example, like Commando 3, not that good of a movie. That's not the point. The action is better. And maybe they both have different styles. Tiger Shroff is amazing when it comes to the action. As I've said before, this movie is a performance when it comes to the action. That rough around the edges feeling, that combat is missing. Regardless of all the hits in the movie, this movie was a miss. And Crazy Medium, the acting is good. Everybody in this movie can act. Irfan, Deepak, Ranveer, even the new girl, Radhika, she was really good. Karina, Dimple, everybody in this movie can act. We got a movie of competent actors. We got a movie in which everybody came and did what they had to do. First of all, I like the story. I like the concept. I like the plot. His daughter wants to go to the school in London, and her father will do anything to make it happen. Now, how they get there, I do not like that. Okay, I like the destination, but the trip was a mess. And we veered off so many times. It's like a bunch of fluff. And it's ridiculous. There's a way in which you can be ignorant, but y'all made Irfan and Deepak Tajori stupid in this movie to me. It just felt really dumb. Even though it has some good scenes, even though it has some good dialogue, the movie as a whole, it was very much a disappointment. Why are we here? We're trying to get here. Why are we over here? And now we're going back. We're merging. We're on the right direction. And then suddenly we're here. By the end of the movie, it feels like we drove all the way around just to end up here. I like the destination. I like the characters. But the trip was a mess. And that was my biggest problem with the movie. It is overall entertaining because you do not know where it will go. But that does not make it a good movie. The last movie, Mrs. Serial Killer. Oh gosh, this movie is unintentionally funny. It is hysterical. I had a good time with it. Jacqueline is giving us some B-grade acting. Her acting is very hackneyed. The movie looks nice. I liked the vibe of the movie. I liked the tone of the movie. I was able to guess the ending. Here's a movie that should have overall been a court case. The cop looks so guilty. The cop has done so many wrong things that you should be able, that lawyer in a court of law should be able to prove that this person is not guilty. If we saw it play out in court in which like, oh man, he's really going to jail. Oh man, he really is innocent. If they had done that better, and so we get to the motivation of her doing what she does, that would have been better. And I'm going to tell you this, Minaj is one of the finest actors in Bollywood. Minaj is super talented. I've been loved Minaj Bajpayee, okay? I've been loved this man. I don't know if his acting at the end was that good or it's because the tone was so over the place or the movie was so awkward that I was laughing at the end during some of Minaj's dialogues. Oh my God, this movie is fun. This movie is fun. But it's not meant to be fun during the times that I'm laughing. But still, as I said, the movie's a 2 or 3. I gave it a 2, I believe. Because that movie is entertaining to a point. It's not good, but the movie is kind of entertaining. And it doesn't get on my nerves. It's not grating. The ending makes no sense. The extra spoiler at the end makes no sense. We're not even going to go into how this cop is such a horrible cop. Anyway, the cop is terrible. He needs to find a new profession. Alright, so this video is very long. I have talked now for an hour. And I'm going to try to cut this video down as much as I can. So please, if you like this video, but please, I'm looking forward to the comments. Tell me what you thought of the movies that have released so far. Tell me the reviews you agreed with. Tell me the ones you disagreed with and why. I really look forward to the comments. I'll be waiting, and bye.